Somebody turn their volume down on their face. Okay. Somebody turn their
Kimmy, turn your volume down.
Oh my God, y'all so country.
I know it's who. Oh, that's Tammy. My bad, babe.
Oh, we gotta turn the volume all the way
Yeah,
down.
you ain't hear her say turn the volume down 3 times.
Then women, how they gonna hear if the volume down?
They ain't got.
Let me play all the videos. Hold on. Listen, honey child. I know that it's hard to find somebody to talk to when you're going through. I know it's hard to find somebody to listen without judgment. And sometimes when you're in a dark place, you need sound spiritual advice to help you on your journey. My name is Cherie Stern, and I'm qualified because I care.
You better be qualified because you care.
Because I care, and I really do.
I like that hairdo, boy. Boy, that hair was laid.
Wasn't it? Okay.
Ooh, that hair was laid, boy.
Okay, it'll be about 2 or 3 years before you see that style again.
Oh, for real, that's messed
Had
up.
that big old swoop up down.
Man, it was
That
boy.
ocean wave.
She had that going. Ooh.
Y'all take it all the way. See, it was a compliment. But it was not. Yes, it had a nice little wave in it, though, didn't it? It had a nice
Ooh.
feather.
Boy, she made me fit to get her my social security number, my bank card, because
Okay.
she said because she cared and she had a current
I
face.
do care. I do care. Mental health. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I do care. And that is actually the reason that I even embarked on this um, spiritual mentoring thing is because I do care and I know what depression feels like. I know what it looks like. I know, I know the medications. And so I'm just like, look, let's talk about this. Tammy, thank you for bringing up the idea, to go ahead and let's have a show on it. I appreciate it, Kimmy. Thank you so much for being here to tell your story and to contribute to tonight's talk. And who got their stuff up? I hear some feedback. If you on Facebook, you're gonna have to mute that. Okay.
Ain't
So
me this time.
okay, but I am Sharice Stern, your hostess of Hot Pink Pride Radio, a community outreach broadcast of Honey Child Ministries. And I'm here with my co host, my guest, Tammy T. Bell, the author of the Unlocked Secrets Now trilogy of books. Okay, snap, snap. Okay. And then we have Kimmy and Jackson of Capture Photography and Filming. Thank you
Flip
all.
your mic all the way up here.
Well,
Don't flip your mic all the way up here. Flip your mic down.
Kimmy,
Oh
Your
yeah,
mic.
thank you. I was eating earlier, so yeah.
she's so sweet.
Thank you.
So, everybody, let's just go around the table, y'all, because we really did start this off, no formality, swap meet style. You know how we do. We ain't flipping and folding, but we got the swap meet going on, okay? We solid, though. So, guys, the Sons of Thunder, that's my good name for them, too. But you know what? That's in the Bible, though. And they were two of Jesus's most valued disciples. So when I say sons of thunder, trust and believe that it is very much a compliment. A
You
compliment.
lightning, I'm thunder.
Hey, it is what it
She was
is.
lightning and that was thunder.
Huh?
Y'all gotta look over Amir. He not used to
I'm
being
home.
out of Facebook jail on a Friday. So y'all got to overlook him. He don't know how to act.
I stay in
And
that.
y'all eating up the chips and salsa and everything. And I mean, y'all just having a party. Okay.
Yeah, we always do.
And you waving the yeah.
The
Yeah, we
sage.
need a lot of that over there. We need
Sage,
it over here.
stick, sage, stick. So, we had two views. We done lost one. We done lost 50% of our viewers already.
Already?
They'll come back.
I mean, come on, y'all.
You know why we lose a lot? Why we lost that viewer? Because they people in the black community, black people are afraid to talk about mental illness. Let's just jump right
Well,
on
and
that.
that's the thing about it is because I did want it to be a very, I want it to be serious. I want
Okay.
it to be a serious topic, but I also, want to because what was the topic of our show? The stigma, you know,
Yes.
of the
Yes.
in my research and doing research, the whole thing about it was taking the stigma out of the stigma. So, because the thing about mental health is that it is, you know, as common as the cold. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes,
so that's why the whole if there's a stigma, anybody can catch a cold and anybody can have a mental illness from whether it comes from childhood wounding, whether it comes from being victimized or being bullied in some type of way, whether it comes organically because of some physical illness, it manifests itself sometimes in that way. So I just want to put it out there. Tammy, you put up a list of medications and things like that that people take, and for that. And I really don't want to get into the medications and all that kind of stuff because I'm really not a believer in those types of medications. I self medicate.
Yeah. So,
So
you're not alone.
tonight's subject is mental illness, and I want you to know, Kimmy, also you and anybody else who has voiced and told their story, you are not alone. Now more than ever, we need to find ways to stay connected with our community. No one should have to feel alone or without information and support and the help that they need. And so that's why we're here to give that information and give that support and give that help to, take off the stigmas surrounding mental illness and go ahead and talk about it so that people won't feel embarrassed or anything like that and can go ahead and just and find the road to healing. So I've talked enough. How long has it been? It's been 8 minutes and ain't nobody else said nothing.
No, but I wanted to touch on this because when I started the journey, I'm gonna say the journey of the unlocked secrets. I also had to come, you know, with dealing with my own demons and me dealing with being, classified as bipolar, schizophrenia, and dealing with depression. So, I wrote, y'all know I love to write. So I had to channel dealing with my own mental illness and I had to put it out there because me also, I didn't want people to look at me and to assume that I'm crazy because people assume when you're dealing with the things that I have, the schizophrenia, the bipolar, and the depression, they don't take you serious. So what I did, I tried to put myself out there like, man, okay, she's an author, she can write. And then slowly but surely, as I started to peel off the layers of my life, I started to invite y'all into that side of my life. And a lot of people want to say it's dealing with trauma. Okay, it could be stemming from trauma, but what a lot of people don't understand is mental illness is like, let's say breast cancer. You might get it, your mom might get it, it might skip a generation, but it is something that is passed down from generation to generation. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And then when you add the trauma and the things that you go through in your life, it stems from that, from the mental illness. So That's the reason why I said, do I, I tell everybody all the time, like, do I look like I have the issues? Do I look like I'm bipolar, depression, schizophrenia? I don't.
Mhm. But
So
what does it look like? And I
it
just,
doesn't.
It doesn't look
I
like
want you
yours.
guys to
It
know that I
doesn't.
do have my cards out tonight, and this is a judgment-free zone. Okay,
Okay.
there
Mhm.
is no judgment at
Let,
all.
let's go back to what I was just saying. The black community as a whole, because I'm black, so I can't speak on no one else but my community. So let me put that out there. Just we have a variety of people that might watch this video, but we want to put stuff. We want to make it concrete. Concrete is firm. It's in a box. It's hard, and we can say that is what it is. Point blank. Period. Um, I read an article. It just happened a day ago where a guy in Atlanta was shot down. He was gunned down by the police,
Mm.
and he was gunned down because they thought he was a normal guy, but the guy suffered from mental illness. His
Mhm.
parents
Mm.
called the police to come help him, to take him to a mental ward facility to get him some help, and they shot and killed him.
Man.
And
Yeah.
the thing about those stories are in the black community, that story would go unheard of. It
It
swept
does.
underneath the rug, and it'll happen over and over and over and over again. And then we want someone else to resolve the problem, but we don't want to resolve the problem ourselves.
Right.
So me having a wife that suffers from mental illness, it takes a community to deal with mental illness. And like I told my wife, I'm gonna use my
See, yeah, sometimes the community is not so nice, right?
yeah.
No, they're
So
not.
like for example, like my wife, I told her that hey, you just didn't start being like this yesterday.
No.
Your parents, your cousins, your sister, they all recognize this in you, but no one was bold enough or had the courage enough to say, let's confront this, let's get you some help for this, and let's maintain this in a way that is comfortable for the entire party. Because we
Right.
want
Yeah.
to we want to take that person with a disability, what they call a disability. I just call it being different. No
Yes.
one is they people with mental illness can live a successful life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's put that out there. They can live a successful life,
Absolutely.
regardless of what people think. But we want to take that family member and we want to push them in the back.
Yeah.
We don't want to see
Mhm.
that family member.
Yeah.
Because it makes our family look weak.
Yeah.
So we hide them from the world. Or we'll say, oh, they just little timid. They little Anton, you know how he act.
Yeah.
Not wanting to face that
Oh,
Anton might have ADHD, bipolar, schizophrenic, and he over here doing other things that might wind up putting him in the grave.
Yeah. And
Tammy, I know in your book you told a story about an abuser who
Mm.
pretended to have a mental illness and
Mm.
used that to as a cover, in for. Can you talk about that a little bit?
okay, so the second book, the Unlocked Secrets, that's based on my life. The person who physically molested me. Um, hmm. That's why I say about them family secrets. They justified his actions, the way he acted towards the kids. Oh, he's slow, he harmless, he ain't gonna hurt nobody. Oh, look over him, he crazy, he a little slow. But it's funny how that he was slow, but he wasn't slow to.
He wasn't slow enough.
Yeah, he
He
wasn't
knew
slow
what he was
enough.
doing, and he probably did that for so many times to so many. I'm put it back on me.
Yeah, you can
I'm gonna take it off you.
take it out.
So I also have family member that also people were like, yeah, he just slow, and he was touching the kids in the family,
Mm-hmm.
and they literally just hid him away. Like, I mean,
Instead of dealing with the problem.
instead of
Mhm.
dealing with the
Instead of
problem,
dealing with the
they never
problem,
faced it on. I mean, literally like hid him away from the whole family, like
justified it.
just and made a
Justified
reason why they was hiding him. Like he's just gonna be him. Let him leave him alone on the corner, and people and just don't leave the kids around him. Like that ain't resolving the situation. That's
But
not.
but you know what they but they do that a lot, and I'm gonna say this in this black community, the only time that people are quick to say that they have mental illness, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who this gonna piss off, is when people trying to get a damn check, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
when they trying to get
yeah,
a check, you know,
yeah, it's
they're
true.
quick. It's true. They're quick to say that, hey, I'm a little throwed off. I'm this, and then you have people who will attack you, and their justification of them attacking you, I ain't worried about nothing. I didn't take my meds today. I ain't worried about nothing. They gonna lock me up. This, that. You know what? That right there is why they call it disability, because then you're letting this right here become your handicap. You're
Right.
letting it become your handicap. That's your justification of how you treat people. That's your
Mhm.
justification of getting away with things, not wanting to get off your ass and work. I'm gonna say that. You know,
Say
my
it.
bad. I'm pissing a lot of people off, but it's
Say it.
to. I mean, because it's easier to pretend like you crazy and to sit on your ass and wait on a check every month
Yeah.
than to sit back and deal with them issues. I am bipolar, schizophrenia, and depression. I could sit around and not do a damn thing. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna say I defeat the odds.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I defeated the
You know,
damn
the thing
odds.
about
Cause
it
you
is
want to. Cause you
the
want
whole
to.
the whole psycho thing and all of that kind of thing. The thing about it is now I have worked in a variety of human service and social service positions, and I work for a disability advocate. What I found out in all of these years is that people who are diagnosed as as having a mental illness or bipolar or even schizophrenia are actually they actually rank higher on an IQ level, than most average people. Most people who have a diagnosed mental illness are very intelligent. Okay, so
Very.
let's take that part off the table. They're not dumb by a long shot. Matter of fact, they're probably too smart for their own good. And most of the time, even, you have people like, you know, Albert Einstein, who was
Mhm.
genius, but he also suffered from depression. You have even like actors like Robin Williams, who was also very
Mhm.
intelligent
Yes.
himself,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
suffered from depression. So those are the things. It's not a crazy person's disease. Okay,
Mm-mm.
I too, as smart and intelligent as I am, have been in on a 5150 in the hospital for not even of my own. It wasn't because I wanted to. It was because they found a reason to keep me there against my will and medicate me. And so
Mhm.
yeah, I know that it's not a crazy person. I'm not crazy by a
Do you
long.
know how much money they get from that? Do you know how much money they get from
Oh,
that?
of course.
Man, it's
Mhm.
so much. I mean, I had to come to terms with it because me, I was ashamed with it. I was ashamed and push what I was suffering. But when it hit close to home with my son, and I'm telling you, it man, you don't have no choice but to accept and deal with that. My
Mhm.
son, they had him in like a baby a playpen. I'm gonna say a pen, like a cage, a jail, because when he came to, he will attack the doctors. They doped him up with something called hound dog or whatever the hell it was. And my baby looked at me and he said, "Mama, they think I'm crazy." I'm like, "Baby, you're not crazy. Don't you know that it started at the age of 5?" It started at the age of 5, and they said, he had a behavior disorder. And I had to tell a lot of people, a lot of these kids that y'all assume are bad, they're not bad. In the sad part about it, they did not diagnose him with behavior disorder, which AKA is being bipolar, until he was 13, because they said because of his age, kids are bad and this and all that. I sit back and watch my baby get put in a damn straitjacket. You understand what I'm
Mm.
saying? He was in a baby playpen, and I'm sitting up back there because I was so ashamed. He should have known. I should have had that conversation with him. And when I sat down, I said, "You know what, baby? Mama been through the same thing. The things that you're going through, you're not alone. That's the reason why I say you're a prisoner in your own brain. And to see your child, my baby was 11 years old. I went to Cook's Children. It was so hard to find a place that would take kids. That's another thing. They don't have a lot of places that accept kids. And the place that they did have, it was in North Dallas. They shut that down because they were molesting the kids over there because they thought the mental illness doping them up. And I guess some kid talked, and I'm like, damn, y'all got all this going on. But a lot of kids out here are suffering from that because it starts with them having the knowledge from your parent. You know what? Well, this runs in the family, but we're so ashamed to say that because people look at us and automatically say we're crazy. Do you know how hard it is to get life insurance with what I got going on? I don't have cancer. I don't have anything, but just them knowing schizophrenia, bipolar, and depression, a lot of people want to approve me for life insurance.
Right.
It gets that deep. It gets that deep for real.
Well, I know the you know, with especially with kids, and really that's the time to start getting the help and the coping skills and the tools that are needed. And the thing about it is that these coping skills and tools that are available for people who are diagnosed are actually coping skills and tools that should just be used in general, just by the general population, because you can be faced with a situation that can ignite some situation within you, because you don't know how to deal with every situation that comes along. You don't know what's going to happen. And that's why PTSD is such a prevalent mental illness, because trauma happens all the time. Trauma can happen to you as a child. It can happen to you as an adult and cause you to have a mental illness, cause you to have anxiety, cause you to have depression.
Yeah.
That is true. I was literally begging them, please help me, please help me. My son, he is not bad. It's something deeper than that. And
Right.
it's like MetroCare. You go to MetroCare and they listen to you like every bit of 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, they want to dope you up. They want to dope you up. My son was literally begging for somebody to listen to him. He just wanted to talk, to know he wasn't alone. But their situation was to dope him up. So I'm like, okay, I wanted him to live a life, but at the same time, I'm like, he was walking around like a zombie. It was just so heartbreaking to go to a hospital and your son, he's 11, he's in a damn baby pen. It's like a baby prison. And it was just sad. Like, okay, it's something deeper than what y'all telling me. And I went through that back and forth. I'm say he's 11 from the age of 5 all the way up to 11. And I knew it was something wrong because he tried to burn my house down. So these are the different issues that, you deal with. And they want to justify it, or well, they bad. They want to say that mental illness, you can't tell if a person have mental illness until they get after the age of 13. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie.
And then it affects
Yeah.
the male different than the female.
Yeah.
Because in men, bipolar, it makes them angry.
Yes, he was very angry.
It makes them act out in anger.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a female, it triggers a whole different emotion in them, and they're not willing to, Let's just take the United States as a whole.
Yeah.
Every state is not consistent. Every state doesn't have a generic plan that, hey, like they don't go into depth with studying mental health.
They don't.
But if you look at mental health, it affects the minorities way. I mean, the percentage is so off in the minorities compared to white people that it astonished me, because guess what? We are the ones that they put a lot of drugs in. We're the ones that they want to cut open when they deliver babies.
Experimenting some good old
They do.
And not knowing that whatever they put it on the mother that is pregnant with the child, it's gonna come out on the baby. The baby gonna come out with the same.
You're right.
Yeah, and the schools are not equipped. I remember I got a phone call from work one day, and they telling me we can't find your son. I'm like, what you mean
Mm,
by you can't find my son? You calling me
what?
talking about what he was out there? It was gym time. They said we seen him running. And he kept running. I'm like, what the hell you mean by y'all seen him running and y'all just let him kept running? So for a couple of hours, I'm panicking looking for my son. Don't y'all know that they found him at the elementary school up under a truck? Because his safe haven, because he was taught, when you have that, he just wanted to be by himself. So then they had to adjust when he's having his episodes. They let him go in the nurse office and hide up under the table. But wonder if that truck would have rolled by and didn't know that he was up under there. It's like the schools
Mm.
are not even equipped for that.
Bruh,
They're not
let me
equipped
tell you
for it.
something, bro.
Wow, for the
I got, but no lie, man. I got 5 friends.
Mm-hmm.
They on my Facebook page, so I ain't gonna say their name. One of the sisters jumped out the window at school and ran home.
Mm-hmm.
This same sister got on top of the roof and fell off the roof and broke her arm. Okay? Now, out of the 5, one is deceased. Okay? One is locked up. One was a star athlete in football. Okay? Ain't doing that with his life right now. And this other one, the one is, I'm leaving 2. It's 2 sisters. The oldest one, just drugs just took her. I
Mm.
mean, just drugs that took her. And the middle child, she just flown, bro. She just out there. And what's sad about the situation is, cause I'm from Alabama.
Yeah.
That's why I say these southern states are so behind with helping minorities that
Yeah.
these 5 kids all suffer because they never got the help they needed.
They don't.
all
Mhm.
had something mentally wrong.
They didn't. And
But
they
get
just,
what? They mama would get a check for all 5 of them.
and that's sad. And that's sad.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Amir, it's funny that you should say that, that number 5, because here this slide I found earlier.
Yeah.
1 in 4 Americans suffers from a diagnosable mental disorder. Minority populations are less likely to receive diagnosis for their behavioral health issues. The notice it says behavioral health issues and have less access to mental health services.
Mhm.
So you're right on the money. You're right. You're exactly right. We tend to either medicate or ignore the problem. Neither
Yep.
is
And
going
that's what that is. They
help
want
the
us.
situation.
They
You
want
know,
to say it's behavior problems instead of mental problems.
And see with me driving the
they
city
pretty much
bus.
go hand in hand, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and see with me driving the city bus, I see a lot of mental health. And I was told by a friend of mine that, first thing they do is they give them the cocktail, they put them back out there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And
do.
I mean, to be, and
But
I
let's
think
talk
you
about
probably
the
seen this.
cocktail. Let's talk about the
Let's
cocktail
talk about
because
the
the cocktail turned me off, and the cocktail got me where I am now
Let's talk
because
about this.
I will not have the cocktail. That's the cocktail that I don't want to ever.
Hound dog. You know what
Because
the hound dog is?
the cocktail is what put me in the
The
hospital
word. Yeah.
for having,
But
the cocktail and then some. You know what I'm saying?
But check this out, right here in Fort Worth, they had a big old FBI case where they was running a pill mill where they was taking the pills and making cocktails right here in Fort Worth and giving it to the people and giving it to the homeless people.
Yeah.
And I mean, they literally walk around. Yeah, it was recent,
Wow.
like 2 years ago, and they was walking around like zombies. Like we was like, man, why these people walking around like
Because
zombies?
that's what that is.
I mean,
Walking dead.
zoned out, and I mean,
Yes.
oxycodone. I mean, just
The
big
Seroquel. The
I
Seroquel.
mean,
You
God.
take the Seroquel. I swear to God.
That's what I
Um,
have.
you take the Seroquel.
Seroquel, though.
You take the Seroquel. You not gonna wake up to the next day. So my whole point is, how you gonna function on something like that?
They
Right.
don't care because
How
they
you
get
can
paid.
function at work.
The
They
doctors
don't
don't care.
expect you to function at school or work. They expect you to be on those drugs.
Because they get paid from it. Because they
Get
get
paid.
paid.
Yeah.
They get paid.
People don't realize the pharmaceutical the companies are so wealthy
They are.
that if people stop taking medication for things, it will. I mean, the world the world would plummet. That world would think about it. The hospital would stop. The hospital don't have nobody. They all work together.
Yeah.
The doctor work with the pharmacist. The pharmaceutical company goes to the doctor and say, push this pill for me, and I need you to push this pill, and I'm gonna give you a percentage.
You remember, like, what's
And then
his
you
name?
go to the Then you go to the hospital. And you tell the doctor, I got a headache. My left arm hurt. They gonna go right into their office,
Get
put
your
computer.
their
Yeah.
type those symptoms in,
And give you a pill
then say,
for it.
okay, then take this. And then what sucks about it is,
It's like the trap house.
yeah. And then what sucks about it is, the pill they might give you might be $40, but they assume that you can't afford the $120 pill. That might really help you.
So they give you
So I'm gonna
generic,
give you generic pill
generic kind.
that ain't gonna do them. Give me side effects. Give me high blood pressure.
Right.
My lip gonna blow up. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna have a stroke. My whole left side gonna die. I don't want nothing.
I can tell you,
And,
Deborah Pro. I
yeah.
had got. They tried to put me on Deborah Pro. Okay, so Deborah Pro. I don't know. I don't know. Was it for the depression or the bipolarness? But then every couple of months, I had to go get my liver checked because it messes up your liver. So basically, you're gonna give me something for I can deal with everyday life. Have me so damn calm. You could be cussing me out, and I'm just looking at you like this. Okay. I love you. You love me. I love you too. Yay. That right there. But then every couple of months, my liver is suffering. My liver is
Yeah.
suffering.
They don't care.
They don't
And
care.
they cut off a quarter of your liver.
Don't cut
But
it
you-
off.
But you coming in the
But then they knew that. So I'm sitting up here like, how can you function like that?
Right.
Kimmy?
Yeah. The main side effect to me in the medication is the S word, unalive. Make you want to unalive yourself. You know, I don't want to
It
take
does.
something that's gonna make me want to go off myself.
Yeah.
But I have. Amir would tell you that I have like 20 medications in there already that I just don't take. I stopped taking them because I have to work. I work for a very high, you know, it's a very stressful job, and I don't need to be sedated for that job. I have to be able to, calm people down because they're already mad. So, yeah, I just quit taking them and I use my own coping mechanisms. And
Right.
that's for me is music, journaling, um, The
And that,
Sims. Yeah.
those are the things that they should be teaching instead of taking
Yeah.
They
There
don't.
are
They're just gonna medicate you.
that are available.
They do. It was one doctor that I took my son to. He wouldn't prescribe any medicine. He was like, "We're gonna change his diet. We're gonna take that phone away from him and all of that." Like I'm okay. Let me say this. I don't want y'all to take it as like some people really need the medicine. Some people really need the medicine. So I don't want y'all to be like, "Oh, we over here telling y'all not to take your medicine." So let me
Right.
clear
We're
that
not
up.
doctors.
We're not doctors, first of all.
Yeah.
But
All I can tell you is what worked for me.
yeah, what works
Yeah.
for me, and like I tell anybody, mental illness, it doesn't go away. It's a 365-day battle. Some days I wake up and and can I use this word? I just don't want to be fucked with. And nobody could have done anything to me. That's the reason why I tell people I am a popular loner. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people give me
Oh,
their
that's
phone numbers.
me.
Yeah, they give me their phone numbers. I don't even call. Yeah, and it's nothing personal. It's just like I'm dealing with my own issues outside of what y'all see. And it's a everyday battle. And I try to stay away from things that I know that's gonna trigger the ignorant side of me. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, it's man, it's an ongoing battle. It is. What
Yeah.
you got up
What's
there?
it
It
say?
is. What you got up there?
Can you see?
Sound
Sound.
healing.
Healing. Yeah.
And music. And I agree with Kimmy.
I do.
And
I,
music.
Amir
I-
tell you that I say I got my headphones on. He
But
know
I
what's going
yeah,
on.
She got that music going on. I know what it.
And that's me.
But the thing is, as a mate to someone that suffer from mental illness, it's not, to me. It's not a job. It's we're a team.
Yes.
We're a team at the end of the day. And
great to hear.
if she's going through something, I know it, and I tell her all the time. When she's on the medication, I can tell. And when she's not on the medication, I can tell when she's off of it. And I tell her either stay on it or get off of it and stay off of it because it triggers her. It
Mhm.
throws her into like a tornado whirlwind. She's just all over the place.
And they tell you that all
Yeah.
the time. You can't
And
start it and stop it.
Right.
but
Yeah, that's it's
Right.
worse because
Be
the
consistent.
withdrawals are pretty bad. I
yes,
have
Yeah.
bad withdrawals. I don't even want to get up. I don't even. I'd be like, forget Spectrum, forget Capture, forget Life, forget everything. But
And
you
I'm t-
know,
I feel you, and it's
Timmy,
hard.
what do you use? How do you bring yourself back? Because you know what? That's really a condition that anyone can find themselves in. Just
well,
because of the, the things that we go through in life, anyone can find themselves in that dark place because it is a place of darkness.
yeah, it is. Well, I can just start off with just a little background,
Go
just
ahead.
so you can kind of get an idea of why I'm here today. Born in Philly to conservative parents, raised middle class. Um, I grew up in Philadelphia. I didn't. My parents kind of kept us sheltered. Me and my sister from a lot of things. I left Philly when I was about 10, moved to Oklahoma and Tulsa. That's where I started to learn about what life was. So I graduated from high school, I moved here to be with my dad. And that was back in 93. 92, I graduated, but I did 1 year of college and I came here. So my motto is Philly birthed me, Tulsa raised me, Dallas taught me.
Okay.
So
So, so,
that's my motto. And all these years I've dealt with just not fitting in. I was always a black sheep. My sister's a very, very famous. She works the city council. She's the chair of the African American Affairs Commissions in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My cousin is a anchor. He's a news anchor, So it's like, hey, I gotta live up to these, but I don't. And I just felt like, hey, I just have this camera. And if it wasn't for me picking up that camera, I don't know where I would be. From the rapes, from the molestations, from just being ridiculed on Facebook, from being abuse, from mates, me abusing them. I'm not taking myself out of it.
I don't admit it.
And
I know.
yeah, I used my that's and I was diagnosed with bipolar 2, schizophrenia, PTSD, over compulsive disorder, which is OCD.
Yeah.
Um, I use numbers. Like I have to check the lock 6 times before I leave here. So OCD is always not about cleaning up. I check the locks like 6 times, even the car. Oh, did I lock it? Did I lock it? Did I leave a candle burning? I have to come back and check it, even though I already did. I have to keep doing it. Have to keep doing it. I have to use the certain number of gas pumps, and did I do it right? Did I get out? I mean, it's a lot. The PTSD is from my brother getting killed in the pen. I mean, it's so much that happened to old Kimmy, and I'm here to say that you are not alone. You are not alone. I don't mind sharing my story. To me, it's empowering. It's it makes me feel better knowing that I can help someone out there, and just me being out there doing shows and being in the community and LGBT community. Um People know, people watch you, and to have, I don't know, it's like people even knew what was going on with me. It was a lot. It was a lot. I use sex as mania. My mania, people think mania is spending money, but mine was sex. I
Mhm.
thought that, oh, Kimmy, I got the good head. I got the good head. I can suck
I
your
ain't trying to
soul
laugh.
out. I can suck the soul out of you. No, that's what I was known for, Kimmy with the good head. But why? That's what I thought I needed to do to make people like me. When all they had to do was just sit down with me. It wasn't everything. I used to just spend money on people. I used to do a lot of things. They used to take advantage of me, and I take it back to my brother who died in jail. We got into it. I never got a chance to say I'm sorry. I never got a chance to tell him I'm sorry. And I said I will never have another person in my life die on me without. this. So that's why I've allowed so many people to take advantage because I don't want them dying on me,
Oh my
you
God.
know? And meeting Amir, I met Amir my weakest. I didn't have no job. I didn't have nothing but a camera, you know? I was at EJ's taking pictures. I was living off photography at that time. It was kind of okay. I was living off of it. I was living with my dad, and he took me under his wing and helped me with the photos and everything. And we came up with capture, K for Kim, A for Amir. You know, that man captured my heart. That's why we call it capture. We captured each other's hearts. But he told me, he saw the potential in me. He said, "You know what? You do good makeup. I'm going to send you to school for it." He sent me to Tent Makeup School of Cosmetology. I went there. He took care of me. I didn't have to worry about nothing. He moved me in with him. You know, he 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 just he just he helped bring out Kimberly. You know, when it comes to the schizophrenia, I got three people up in here. You know, two of
Deaf.
them are deaf, two deaf, because they don't. I can't get through to them. You know, So there's Kamisha. She's the rowdy one.
Y'all seen Kamisha on Saturday.
We seen her
Oh, that's
Saturday.
what I'm saying.
Yep,
That's
that's
who we seen
Kamisha.
Saturday was
That's
Kamisha.
Kamisha.
We seen
Hey,
Yeah,
her.
Seen,
yeah.
Yeah, Kamisha doesn't come out often, and I try to keep her only like people that I've known. Only seen Kamisha. I give people Kimmy. I give the Kimmy. I give bubbly. I give super duper excited. I give bubbly, and then there's Kimberly. She's kind of depressed. And Stephanie tries to be like everybody else. There's a Stephanie, but she wants to be like everybody else. She wants to copy what other people do
Okay.
because Kimmy is the one that always goes by what people think of her, you know?
I
yeah,
can agree with that.
yeah.
I can agree with
And,
that.
and and for someone that's looking out from the outside in, when y'all see her posting those pictures of the nice shoes,
Hmm.
the heels, that's Stephanie all day.
Oh, that's
Okay, that's
Yes,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Cause I
Okay.
love it. I love home decor and fashion. I do love it. I really do.
Kim, Kimberly is the person that I had to deal with, that I had to say you can do it,
Yeah.
because Kimberly doesn't think that she can do it, and Kimmy is the one that has to be the life of the party.
Yeah.
Like everybody know Kimmy,
Yeah.
but when we started talking, I said, look, I don't want Kimmy. I don't want Kimmy. I want Kimberly. There's a difference to me, because I'm not trying to be a fan at the end of the day.
all right now. Come
There
through.
is a difference. I'm not trying to be fair. I'm trying to be someone that's your equal, your partner, that's trying to help you succeed in every way that you're trying to do.
But you know what?
It
Y'all looked
does.
up. Y'all looked up and found each other because that's I'm gonna say a reason why a lot of my relationships don't work because they see the outgoing me, the one who does shows and all this and that, and they
Yeah.
thinking when you get with me it's gonna be a party 24/7. But they don't understand that I'm secluded. I'm a loner. I like my peace. I like my peace of
Mhm.
mind. You get what I'm saying? I'm not a morning person. I can get moody, but give me a little bit of time and I got you. And that's what I've been running into. A lot of women when we're at home, they on one side, I'm on the other
Mhm.
side. But then when we out, they want to act like they love me. They all
Oh,
up on
all
me
over
and
you.
shit, all up on me. But it's not like that. And a lot of people fall in love with an image that I'm not. And that's dealing with,
Yeah.
the schizophrenia. Y'all know a year
They
ago,
don't understand when you be out there performing. That's probably, and it's like Beyonce with Sasha Fierce, baby. That's somebody
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Yeah, cause
But
somebody
yeah,
else.
yeah,
so
yep,
so
that's
when
somebody
Kimmy was
else.
saying, trying to be accepted last year, I lashed out a lot because I'm like Kimmy. It takes a lot for you to get close to us when we, and like let you in. You're seeing the real me, so it hurts my feelings when you're supposed to be my friend. It hurts my feeling when you talking about me and this and that. But then at the end of the day, T come out and say, "Man, I don't give a damn." So I guess that's what we seen Saturday. But I understand what Kimmy is saying. And man, y'all were blessed to find each other because everybody is falling in love with an image that's
With
not
the
there.
image.
With an image that's not there. Me,
Yep.
what about me? I'm quiet. I'm really quiet. I just want to write. Give me a corner in a quiet place. I'm faithful. I just need somewhere to write. But I don't get that.
Yep.
But this goes back to what I said earlier about mental illness. That we like the package, but we don't want to unlock what's
You
in the
don't.
package
You don't.
and deal with what's in the
And a
package.
lot of people
The
don't.
package.
Yeah.
Trumbuline,
Drawing.
These are my friends. I love the color.
And a lot of people don't like that.
say,
Well,
hey, me and my wife be having some tussles days where she don't want to get out of bed, where she don't want to wash her ass sometimes. Excuse my French, babe. I
but
know
it be like
you
that.
OCD with it.
But
It don't be like that.
You know what
oh,
I'm saying?
well, I
Like-
guess I'm the opposite.
Like, let me give you a
'cause I
prime
stay in
example. When she know she was gonna be on this show, we were working on that setup by 4 hours a day. Okay, she made me move that table by 4-5 times
To make sure you
move
got the
camera
right
by
angle.
20
To
times.
make sure you got the
make
right
sure the
angle.
light was on point, and then
Yeah.
before we went on, she said, "Come check it again."
That's
Okay?
good. That's the OCD.
So imagine that's frustrating. But you have typically a lot of people are like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit right here. I'm done.
And
You're
that-
right.
Amir is very, very patient with me.
Yeah, and then sometimes you gotta let them know. Like I tell my wife this, I give my wife this disclosure. Look, if you're gonna ask me this question, be ready for the truth because it might hurt your feelings.
That
But
Yeah.
it's the truth.
Cause
Now, but I'm
she's
gonna
a
tell
Taurus.
you, I'm gonna give it to you with no chaser because I don't want you to feel like what comes out my mouth. You gotta question what comes out my mouth. And if a lot of us do that with our family members, we will have a lot of people getting help. A lot
Yep.
of people get help for that mental illness. If I'm like, you know what, son, I love you, but you got some mental issue going on. Let's go out here and get you some help.
But a lot of people won't do
But
that.
they won't do that.
And I see that a lot on my timeline, which, you know, a lot of people think that when these people be crying out and they write posts or whatever, oh, she just want attention, oh, this, that. No, I sit back and I guess I got a different insight. I read into it. I know that if a certain person is acting a certain way, they going through some things. But
Yeah.
people are so worried about what the next person gonna think of them. Man, you're not gonna get help pretending to be somebody that you're not.
That's
It's
true.
it's okay to ask for help. It's okay. It's okay. And that's what people don't understand. It's okay. That's the only way
Yeah.
you're gonna get it. People gonna assume that you're this certain way and they don't know that you're breaking down. It's been plenty of times I done did shows, plenty of times I done been to the club and I cried. And I don't know, I just cried before I got on that stage. I had to pretend and fake. Man, it's like being in a room of people and still feeling alone.
Yeah.
I
Do
tell
y'all
you all
know?
the time, with my wife, I tell her, take some time to herself.
Yeah,
Take
he
time to
does.
yourself. You ain't always got to be under me.
You know, and that's so important to know because a lot of times when you are dealing with your own, and to me, you know, some people call it mental health illness or whatever. I call it, you know, dealing with your dark side.
Yeah.
I call it dealing with your demons, you know. When you have to go into that mode of that cocooning, that hermit mode, that place by yourself, you going within, you know, there's really no other place to go because, you know, in healing these things and in finding these coping mechanisms and applying these coping skills to life, it really just helps you to not have to succumb to that darkness so much, you know, to reach for that higher light, to reach for that higher state of living.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference. There's a difference in living in that darker, lower state of mind and finding your way to the light. It's the journey from self to God.
Yeah.
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 That's what I call it because in ourselves, in and of ourselves, we have no answers. Okay. In and of ourselves, all we have is our flesh and the darkness.
Yeah.
So we have, but we're broken. But the only way the light can get in is if there's a broken place for the light to shine in. And sometimes, right, some kind of way for you to find if coloring is what you do, if listening to sound is what you do, if reading is what you do, if writing is what you do, that place where where you can create instead of destroy.
All these are journals.
Okay? Your journals look like mine. I know. I
I
got a.
got I got more. I just didn't want to bring them all in here.
That ain't even it, babe. We got journals all over the place.
And you know what? That's what I made my cards from. I made my cards from my journals.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do this to let everybody know that mental illness, you can't assume. Like a lot of the people, even the homeless people that people see, you see them talking to themselves or whatever. Oh, they crazy, this and that. You don't know who they talking to. They could be having a conversation with God. It was one homeless man. He was preaching. He was, man, digging deep, and I felt his message, but a lot of people will overlook him because of the way he looked. A lot of people will overlook that message because it's coming from him. You will be surprised that you think that person crazy, but God could be talking through them to get to you. And that's all I'm saying. Everybody that y'all assume crazy is not crazy.
Nope.
They call them crazy. They call them weird. It's you never know.
Well, I'm weird.
I'm weird. I accept weird. I accept it. I accept it because it means that I'm different. It means that I'm not like everybody else.
And that's a beautiful thing, right
That
there.
I don't need to be treated like everybody else. I'm not. I didn't get cut out of no cookie cutter. There's nobody like me. I'm unique. I'm powerful. I'm, all of these things, and that's what anyone who has ever had to deal with mental illness. My own father had to deal with mental illness. And anybody, and like you say, it's generational. So I know it's where that's where even my own things that I've had to battle with came from. He was very depressed, but finding your way out of that and finding ways to deal with that, that creativity, to me, being able to let that energy out, like Tammy, when you were talking about even with your son, being able, and he dances and does other things, being able to have those outlets, those things that show the beauty of us, show the things that God put into us, that makes us beautiful. Those are the ways that we can really come out. Now, I'm not saying people don't need their medication, because I know I need mine, but I'm saying being able to find that, instead of destroying yourself, use that and turn it around to create something beautiful. Even if it's your voice, it's what got a lot of prophets have been called crazy. A lot of
that's what that is.
Been called psycho or weird, or and all those kinds of things. But you know what? The Bible says that God has brought us the foolish things to confound the wise. Okay.
But
so, I know I always got to put a word on it. Come on.
but it starts with you living your truth. You have to live your truth, regardless of what people gonna say. They're gonna have an opinion about you regardless. You get what I'm saying? So I say this to say that it's a lot of broken people, not only broken spiritually, they're heartbroken mentally. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I tell anybody, have a conversation with somebody. Just have a conversation. You sit back, you look at Kimmy, you assume she did, she that. Have a conversation with her. She might enlighten you on something that you don't know about yourself. Same thing with a mirror. You have to keep your man, you have to be open.
Open-minded.
You have to be open-minded. You have to be.
So let me tell you about this guy that he's riding my bus. He's called, I met him on the 25. He talked to himself real bad. And it touched me because he suffered a lot of issues. But this particular day, somebody bought him a sandwich. And the sandwich, he didn't want it. The lady gave him the sandwich, he took the sandwich, he slammed it on the ground and cussed out. So I just started letting him ride my bus. I was like, he ain't messing with nobody, I'm going to let him ride my bus. But so a co-worker of mine told me somebody had killed him. Somebody threw him off the bridge. Off on East Chase. Off that bridge right there by Walmart. Now, what people don't realize is he had family. And that family was a detective. And I tell people all the time, you never know who people know or who are people related to. Because when he was on his meds, you would have never known that he had any issues. But when he was off his meds, you knew. But they let him roam. They let him do whatever he wanted to do because he wasn't bothering nobody. But once again, like I say, let's go back to the original topic. People are what's what I'm looking for? They are ashamed
Ashamed. Fear.
of mental illness.
They are.
Because I don't care where he went, a bus driver would not let you bother him. So we knew that
He was
whoever-
covered, but he was
was
covered
covered.
by God. That's
So we-
a whole nother thing.
So we
right
knew
there.
that whoever did the crime probably ain't never seen him, ain't never crossed his path, because they would have known that he wouldn't have heard a fly.
Was probably intimidated by him in some way.
And it probably was. I mean, but he was a little old petite man, body in his late 50s, wouldn't hurt a fly. But we rather get rid of or hide what we see in ourselves.
Don't
Yeah.
understand.
I
Or
might see you in me.
Yeah.
So that's a threat to me because you showing me what I might be.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and a lot of people they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like the realness. They like, and I tell a lot of people, like, a lot of people fear your truth because your truth revealed their lies.
come on now.
Your truth
Yeah.
revealed their lies, and that's real. That's the reason why a lot of people look at probably me. They like, oh, she just always running her damn mouth, this and that. My truth reveals your lies. So you are focused to look at yourself. When I started on this journey, I had to do a self-check of my goddamn self. I had to check myself. I had to put myself in check, and a lot of people ain't ready to do that because they're too busy still blaming others
They
for
won't
the
look in
things
the
that they don't want to look in the mirror.
They-
But
they
then
don't
when
like the
they find
Tell
somebody
your
like,
story.
and that's what that
Yeah,
is.
they don't want to look in the mirror.
They don't want to. They don't like their own reflection.
Their reflection, man. See, the thing is, you can't fight your reflection.
You can't.
And
You can't defeat it either.
what Michael say? I'm starting with the man.
And in the mirror.
But you have so many people that live their lives trying to people please. They live their lives pretending to be something that they ain't. And then you wonder why a lot of people out the blue, you wonder why they have a nervous breakdown. You be like, well, she had her stuff together. She had money. She had a job. She was good. You know
Well,
why?
look at when Robin Williams killed himself.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that
Yeah.
and I think of him so much because I mean I'm a child of the '70s. I remember him from
I love him. Mark and Mindy.
Miss Doubtfire
Miss Doubtfire.
and Robin Hood. You know, I'm like, well, Robin Williams was. I mean, he was like one of the funniest
He
people
was-
in the world.
He was dealing with mental
Will
illness.
Smith.
Yeah, mental.
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith right
Yeah.
now is dealing
Right
with
now.
mental
And
illness.
guess what everybody say? Everybody say, he wrong, he wrong, he wrong. Y'all push
I
this
didn't think he
man.
was wrong.
No, not you.
They do.
The world.
They do. They
say-
push you.
They push this man.
This
They
world.
push this man.
Cause
This
I
man
was
went
right
on-
there with him. I was like, yeah, Will, boy.
This man.
But you know what though? But it didn't start with
I know.
the Chris
didn't
Rock.
start-
It
it
should have
started-
started with his wife
Let's
because
go farther than that. Let's go farther than
He
that.
went back further than that,
We
yeah.
go back farther than that, bro.
with what
Because
the way he was brought up.
the way he was brought up.
Mm.
Because people don't realize Fresh Prince is really, I'm telling y'all, Fresh Prince is really a documentation of his life.
Yeah.
I have his book in the living room where he said
He's
his
right
father
here.
his father made him build a wall. And he had to build a wall brick by brick with no kind of help, no kind of ruler to set it was level, nothing. Every day he had to build a wall for the entire summer. That he almost gave up. His daddy said, no one's going to give you anything. You work on one thing at a time.
That's true,
You
though.
work at one thing
Yeah.
at a time. And guess what? The word wants him to work on several things at one time. And he is a man that has broke.
He has
And
broken.
if he's a black man can't break.
They can't.
They can't have mental issues.
They can't.
They can't be weak.
Yeah.
Because if they weak, people gonna dog them out. People gonna drag them through the mud. People gonna call them names. People gonna, banish them to the darkness and
Demasculate them.
demasculate them.
Yeah.
Tell them they're worthless because they are showing some kind of softness.
But you know
Yeah.
what though? At the same time, you have people that prey on people who have mental illness. They like, oh, well, she crazy, she this, she that. You know what I'm saying? And they prey on that and they push that. See what they don't see. They do. And they do. So what they do,
Mhm.
they know what triggers to pull behind closed
Yeah.
doors. So
Yeah.
behind closed doors, you put up with a lot. But then when you're out in public and then you snap, you in the wrong.
Oh,
You in the wrong. But
Yeah,
they
they
don't
would
know what you go
say,
through behind
And
closed
everybody know
doors.
that you the
yeah.
crazy one, so they gonna put it on you.
Yeah. So
yeah.
they gonna put it
Mhm.
on you.
They
And we
would say, "Am I
know, right?
talking to Kamisha or Stephanie or whoever it is?" They would.
And they do that. And it's
They
like
do.
that's another thing. The moment that you open up and you tell people like, I got these issues right here, and they start to prey on that shit. It's like
Girl,
it's
Tammy
Fun.
crazy.
yeah, Tammy crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Tammy ain't a human no more. Oh, she just a crazy one. Oh, don't worry about it. Give her a minute, girl. I know how to push that bud. She talking about God right now. Give her a couple of days. She be spazzing out on somebody. But see, people don't see the silent slugs, the things that lead up to people pushing you that way. They only see the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
looking stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
that
y'all
Trust
know,
in the Lord.
I,
I tell
I,
my wife, I
no,
tell
I
my
was
wife all the
gonna say,
time, don't. I tell my wife all the time, don't let someone learn how to push your triggers.
oh
You
I
can
yeah,
say
tell her all
that.
the time.
You can
I
say
tell her
that.
all the
That's
time.
a message from the Lord.
yes,
You can
Don't
say
let
that.
nobody
man,
know how to, because when they learn it, they gonna continue to do it
And I agree.
over and
yeah.
over and
And
over
I
again.
agree. But
And then
sometimes,
when you finally snap, they gonna play the victim.
and that's what
They
that
gonna play
is.
the victim. Now you the vicious person that jumped down their throat and cut their head off. But people ain't realizing all the things that have built up
In
on
you
you
that you don't took.
Yeah.
that you didn't took from, and you might have something going on in your life outside of, you might be the scar that broke my back.
But you know
Yeah.
what? A lot of
People.
times when you snap on people, it's not an enemy. These people, you done invited these people into your life. They know
Come
how you
on.
are. They know your weakness. They know that you're a kind-hearted person. They keep pushing you. They playing you, talking about you like a goddamn dog, thinking that you don't know, but you know because your heart's so good, so your heart let you overlook. So then when you finally snap, they still back there in the duck off trying to play victim. But what they gonna do? They're not gonna come after you personally. They're gonna send somebody who is just mentally jacked up as you are and have y'all attacking each other while they're in the
Come
background
Let
just
me
on
tell you
now,
looking.
something. Let me tell you
Tammy.
something.
Puppeteers,
Let me tell.
puppeteers.
I gotta share this. I gotta share this. So, a lot of people have done that to me and Amir. So, like, so say for example, and first I want to say thank you to all the clients, all the people that work with Capture. We definitely love you, but this is something that, so I don't think it's nobody knows, but people will come to Amir and say, "How much you charge for a wedding?" Amira will be like, it depends. So our prices are like 1,600 to 2,100 or whatever. So and then they'll be like, oh, okay, they'll come to me and ask the same question.
And you
Like
lower
I'm
the
gonna
price.
go down. Yeah, I was the same.
I mean, we sit in the car looking at the text message girl like, did I just talked to this person?
But that's what they do.
They pray
They
on.
pray on me,
They try to play on you
and then
until
Oh, okay. So
the other one come out.
yeah,
okay.
so people come to me all the time. Hey, can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? So they try to pray on, say, I'm having some issues. My price is my price.
Yeah.
I used to do that, but that was a lot of work. Do you know how much work it takes to do a 6 to 8 hour wedding?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is.
But you
And,
know a
and
lot
two
of people
thousand
pray.
dollars is still not that's still good. We're below the average, so but I do want to share that I did get the help that I needed. And I wanted to tell everyone that I loved it. It was the best thing that I ever did. I had three incidences since I met Amir. One I had one was, I want to say, in 2014, and then I had two with him where I tried to unalive myself. He was like, "That's it. We got to get you some help." So we found this place called Mind Above Matter. It's in Keller. I went in for a consultation, and they was like, that's when I got my diagnosis. Immediately they started the short-term disability process. They let Spectrum, oh, sorry, they let them know, and everything. I got a chance to be off for those 3 months at that time. And I was in a partial hospitalization program, and I went to intensive. So I was there for like how long? About 3 months, maybe.
Yep. And
I
guess
went
what?
there
I
every
dropped
day.
off and I picked up. That's what I mean by family being involved. I dropped her off
And picked
and I
up.
picked her up.
And that's
I
what that
drove
is.
sometimes.
She drove
Oh,
sometime, but I dropped her off
to make
and
sure
I
I
picked
went.
her up.
But I met some amazing people. But they do have a rule in group therapy that you cannot be friends with anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Can't
Because
have
they say
technology.
you can have your phone. You
Oh, you
just can't
can?
you can't.
Hmm.
So they give you a break, but you can't like give them your number or whatever because they said the blind can't lead the blind.
Yeah.
That is
And
true.
you're telling too much stuff. These people know how many bumps I got on my booty, so you don't want to go out and hang with them and they know how many bumps you got on your booty. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying I have bumps on my booty,
I didn't
but
say
you
you.
know what
I
I
say
mean.
you.
Y'all
Say
they
have books
well,
on
you
our.
know.
so but
Yeah.
there they told me they let me have it. They stripped me down. I mean, oh my gosh. Cuz I was there with other people who had more worse than me. I was like, "How are you
That's
still
one thing
here?"
about getting committed into the hospital, honey.
They
It
don't
shows
play that.
you a
Yeah,
whole.
I did. I got committed to. They
It
took my
gives you
phone
another
and
perspective, right? It puts you everything because when you know or you feel like you operate in a normal way and you get committed into a mental institution, a
I was
facility,
scared. I was
it
so
shows you,
scared.
yes, it shows you the broad spectrum, okay, on either side. Like you could lean on either side. You can be just really, really cuckoo, or
Yeah.
can be over here sitting somewhere in a corner sucking your thumb for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a man there. He started talking to the wall. He was like, "Bitch, you better have my money." I was
Okay.
like, "I want to go home." I started crying. And then one girl was like, "Say, that's you kill me from the club." I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
shit."
Oh, damn. You known up in there too, huh?
yeah, most
Yeah. I was
You
plan.
like,
can't go.
"Man, you was the last person I expect being here." I was in there for like 24 hours. He talked the whole time. I had on that orange, ugly shirt, Tarrant County GPS. The
Oh, that's what
policeman had to walk me up there. I was like, never again will I ever try to do anything to myself again.
you're trying
My
to JPS.
son,
The one picking
yeah,
up right.
my son called me. He was like, "Mom, how could you do this? I need you." I'd be like, "You're
That's what have
grown."
you on lithium.
Yeah.
Place
My
and rest.
Yeah.
son was mad at me, but he's my go-to. Amir and Christian, they like, man, Christian lives down, he lives three, four doors down from us. So he's always there for me. Amir's always there for me. I had a moment this week, that was very tough.
Yeah.
I had to call out, we all, I'm still working on it. I'm still dealing with it with my dad, and it's a lot of stuff going on. But that Mind Above Matter helped me with the coping skills I needed.
Yes.
They make you do a mental playlist. We sat there and we downloaded songs off of YouTube. We watched TEDx videos. We had snacks. People would buy food because the people in there that I was in there with had some
Oh,
and
they had some Muna.
they had some yeah, they
That's
were
normally that's normally how it
yeah.
is. They normally have
And
money.
they took me under their wing. That was like, "Oh, Kimmy, Kimmy, Kimmy," and they was like, "Oh, you're so sweet," and I'm still friends with them to this day, you know. But and they're my go-tos because they know. So they was telling me that was like, "You need to work with your voice. You need to do cartoons. You need to start doing voiceovers." So I've started looking into that. I'm gonna be getting a coach soon. I started writing. I've been inspired by Tammy to write. She read one of my stories in the group. It was called Sunny. She was like, "You need to write." So I've been writing
Right.
ever since.
Right.
You like that
Right.
story,
I
didn't you?
love that story.
So I've been writing. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing guided meditations. I've been doing everything. I do breathing exercises now. So
And
I
those
have the tools
things
I need.
like we were saying about even changing like your diet, those are the things
Yes.
that we can control, the things that we can put into our own hands
Mhm.
instead of using, you know, the medications that are going to take us all to the cosmos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even. Yeah, I can't even lie. The only way that I can go to sleep, the only good thing I can say that MetroCare helped me with was introducing me to Benadryl.
Yeah,
Uh,
Benadryl's my
I
friend.
cannot go to sleep without Benadryls, and it's just part of it because I'm always thinking. Even when I'm sleeping and my eyes
Hmm.
are closed, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. I have a hard time going to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not saying that the Benadryl helped me, but I tell you,
It does.
Bob,
And
it
It,
does.
I'm on a 10 when I'm playing with Amir face at night. He's like, "God, leave me alone." It'd be funny.
She be doing that.
Bruh.
Boy, I be out of there. Shoot, by the time I drive up
Bruh.
to the house, I drive up. Hey, how you doing?
Bruh.
Enough to bathe, eat, and I'm at the
Bruh.
table like this.
Bro, I be had to, yeah, bro, I be had to, man, you don't lay down and go to sleep, girl.
Man, that's the only thing about it. It's like your brain, it doesn't
Same.
stop. It
Yeah,
doesn't
cause it
stop.
doesn't stop. And I'm also I have ADHD. I start one task and I
Ooh.
can't finish it. And right now I'm having an issue right now because I don't have my Play-Doh because it's all the way over there and I can't reach it. So I'm fiddling and I'm
Struggling to get
seeing,
it.
yeah.
Won't you go and
And
dive over there? We ain't gonna tell nobody.
I
Just
had
go
to
and
get
reach
wire
for it.
thing
I had to
about
get
it,
wireless headsets so I couldn't be tied to this desk when I'm working. So I work from home, so I'm never getting out the house. And
I do too,
I'm
Kimmy.
ready
I
to go back to the office.
leave the house maybe once every 2 weeks. For real.
Uh-huh.
But
I've
It's
been at home for 2 years. I'm ready to go back.
about this whole.
Hey, now I ain't ready to go back for no $10 gas. I'm ready
Oh
for you to stay at
yeah,
home. Cause
cause
gas
I
is going
gotta
to ten
drive to
dollars.
I know
cause
it's
I
gonna
have to
be
drive to
high.
Irving. Oh,
Well, I have to drive from Fort Worth to Capel, but we're joking about it. But trust me,
it's
it's
serious.
it's serious. You
You
know,
get the help you need.
Not a laughing matter, but we have to not stop questioning reality.
Reality, yes.
Okay, that's the best way. That's the best coping skill. Is what I am doing. Is how I'm thinking. You know,
Mhm.
in this moment, is this real? Is this
Yeah.
reality? Okay, and that really does take those coping skills where you do have to kind of dissect your brain, and put it in those nine dots and put it in those categories. That's what discipline is about, really.
Right. And I have an exercise for people to do. Make a list. What is it that you're grateful for? I bet it will outweigh what's not going on than what you're going through. And my the church I used to go to, they always say this too shall pass. Believe
Absolutely.
in that. This too shall pass.
It
And
came.
then and
Okay.
then my therapist at Mind Above Matter, she was telling me when I was having talking about my pricing for my photography, she
Mhm.
said, "Don't let nobody shit on your shit.
Okay.
Don't let
Now,
nobody shit on your shit."
I'm an artist.
And they
yes,
let you
yes,
have it. They
sir.
get deep in the therapy. Don't think it's all, well, Mrs.
I'm
Jackson.
telling you,
Now
every
that
good
you need to get your ass up. That's what they say. Get your, I mean, it's not. Mm,
It's real
it's
because
real.
you need that extra kick. A lot of people,
Hmm.
when you get to that point where you want to take your own life, they don't play with that. And the moment that you go up in there, be like, well, have you ever have thoughts of taking your own life, suicide? They don't play with that shit. When
They
you say
don't.
yeah, man, everything gets stripped down. Come on,
Yep.
we
got
ain't
me
playing
thinking.
with it.
I didn't
Mm-mm.
even tell him, yeah. I told him I just wanted to go to sleep and was not worried about whether I woke up. That's because
Same thing,
Oh,
same
ma'am.
thing. The same
Oh, ma'am,
thing.
that was like a sugar coater. I want
time.
myself.
It's the same
I just
thing.
want to go to sleep and I don't want to
I
wake
don't
up.
want to wake
I
up.
don't care if I don't
Okay,
wake
if I
up.
don't wake up, as long as I get to sleep.
Do they follow? Oh, they follow that kind of card. Oh, golly, just like
I
me
don't know.
again.
Oh, they
So
weren't playing. They want. Oh. So you want to go sleep? Come on over here. Come on over here, man.
sleep and
You
never
sitting up.
wake
You
up.
sitting up here thinking you finna go to the exit door, getting ready to leave. They like, come here, man. Come here, man. We got another got
Mhm.
another room you can go
Take take
to.
a take a shoe scrubber.
Upstairs
Got
behind locked doors.
you,
Yeah. Yeah, they took my shoestrings, they took everything. And then when they took my phone, they make you realize you start memorizing numbers. I didn't remember
yeah.
nobody's number.
Okay. I don't know nobody number now but my mama's.
But let
Um,
me tell you this. I have a friend. She's like one of my best friends. Her name is Marcus. Marvelous. She came up there and sat with me in that place for all them hours. She
Me.
sat there and laughed. She laughed a little bit, but she sat up there with me and she said, "Kim, don't you ever do this again? Don't you ever do this again?" And it was and that's my friend. And who gonna come up there and sit with you in the up in there
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
On the fifth floor.
Yeah, the fifth floor.
But
Oh,
your guests, when your guests come, boy, they got some good food on that menu.
Yeah.
Though. Got some good
But
food.
that,
Amir, but
They be
Amir
eating
does.
good up in there.
Amir, he helps keeps me motivated. He keeps me traveling. I cannot have a time to sit down and think about my stomach. I ain't got time to think about how it hangs over. I don't have time because I have to pack some because we about to hit the road. So
okay.
that's what he does. He makes sure he said, "Did you get your passport yet?" He been asking me for that for 2 years, and I still haven't done it.
Question.
He said he's gonna leave me. He
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be
on the
your
boat
room.
by himself.
She gonna be right here.
I got a question for you, Amir. Oh,
What's
you,
up?
Amir. Okay, so, um,
Let me get some dip.
you need some dip.
I need some dip.
That better be good dip, because that was a
Can you
long
bring
line
me?
at
Can you
Walmart.
bring me some salsa,
Okay, so you
please?
dealing
Oh,
with somebody who has mental illness, does it take a toll on you?
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. It take a toll on you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I'm gonna break all four down.
Break it down.
Mentally, it takes a toll on you because you have to watch how you speak to someone that has the
Come on
capacity
now.
of
You
my
really
wife.
do.
Yeah.
You have to watch what you say, what words you use, and how you use those words.
He says the F word a lot.
I like to say fuck you, not fuck you, but fuck, like fuck. But I don't say it like
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I use it as an adjective pronoun. It's all nouns. It's just in there. Okay.
Yeah.
But when I got with her, I was like, well, why you get mad? She's like, it's your tone, it's your tone, it's your tone. Like, what, I come from a harsh background. My family, we are raw.
Yeah.
It comes
Yeah.
out like that. But you have to act. That's why I told you I give the disclosure. Hey, it might hurt your feelings, but this is what it is. Are you
Yeah.
ready
Yeah.
for this?
Yeah,
Are
you
you
need
ready
to
for
hear
this?
it.
He said you ain't got no motherfucking neck. You ain't
No
got no
neck.
neck. You can't
No.
wear that.
Nah,
You ain't can't wear that. Kim, your head big. You know you got paid for 2 haircuts.
I'm gonna give you an
No, I'm
example.
just
I'm
playing.
gonna give you
Okay,
an
go
example today.
ahead.
I'm gonna give you an example today. I'm gonna give you an example today. So she got a picture wall behind her, right?
Uh-huh.
She want to show the picture wall
Of
and
course.
herself. I said, babe, the way
Oh.
you want me to set the camera up, you ain't gonna have no neck.
Oh, Lord.
I gotta give it to her straight because guess what? If she got on camera and she saw it, she would have said, "Why didn't you tell me that?
That she ain't have a neck.
Why?" I'd have kept caught it afterwards because she would have said, "You should have told me
That she
I ain't
didn't
have
have a
no
neck."
neck
Oh,
in
my
this
goodness.
camera."
Right?
Physically, it take a toll on you
Goes all the way
because
across.
you remember
You
she said she
have to.
OCD.
Yeah.
She OCD. So when she's out of it, I have to pick up that slack. I have
Yeah.
to get up and I have to, I tell people this house has to run with both people. I wash, I clean, I cook. I had to drive her around when she's
Yeah.
not there. So if I drive for a living. I don't want to drive Monday through Friday, but I know she can't do it when she's
I call it having
unstable.
an episode.
When she having the episode, she can't do it. So guess what?
I
have
drive
to
from
do it.
Irvin. I've been driving from Irvin to Fort
Get
Worth
away.
for a long
When she having the
time.
episode, I can't go to work.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I can't go to work because I'm mentally thinking about her and if she's going to cause bodily harm to herself.
Yeah.
So guess
Yeah.
what? I can't go to work.
Yeah.
And spiritually, it's like I'm questioning God like, why is my wife like this? What is she like this for a reason? So it make you question question your leadership because that's what God is. He's leading you.
Yeah.
Why did you give me this role? Why? What made? And then she's and be honest, she says me, hey,
Deeper
that
inside into
you know what I'm
the spirit of
saying?
truth.
You're stronger than me. So it takes a strong spirit to deal with somebody that has a
Mental illness. It
illness.
does.
Yeah.
It does.
Because I could be like everybody before they can be safe to get
Somebody
it.
else.
Say it again.
You'll have to lead the way for somebody else because so many times people don't hang around. People
They
just
don't.
look at the situation and they say, no, this is not for me. I'm not going to be able to do this. And it's not about you. You're not healing her. You're just supporting her, you
And
know,
he's a good support.
right?
And Bay, I thank you. I
A lot of times people
thank you for
look for
everything.
someone to heal them when you're not the healer. You're just the support. You're just the one that comes with the truth, you
And
know.
that's what that is. A lot of people,
You're
and
giving her deeper insight into the spirit of truth.
yeah, I ask everybody this same question when you're dating and you're marrying somebody. The same thing with mental illness. When you're looking for love, are you gonna be the person that you choose to be with, that you're married to? When you don't remember how to take care of yourself, when you don't remember certain things in your life, do you trust this love or this other person to make sure you're good when you can't remember how to take care of yourself? And that's beyond mental illness. That could be dementia, that could be you getting sick.
Paralyzed.
So a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You could be paralyzed. I tell people all the time, you could be paralyzed from the waist down. You gonna wipe my ass?
Yeah, and a lot of
You
people
gon-
think
I
it's a
will.
joke.
Bath?
You know,
So I look at I equate them two things the same way.
the same way, just like you're helping her, with her mental illness. I mean, you might walk out today and you can't walk, vice versa. She might have to be that
Yeah.
for you. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So,
Yeah.
Around, I be want to kick her down the stairs sometimes.
nah, don't kick her. Just shake her.
I'm
Just
telling
shake her.
y'all.
I tell
when
you,
we got
shake her.
married, Pastor Horn said, if you want to kick your wife down the stairs, baby, just pray about it. And I been wanting, I look, that's why we in the flat now, because she almost got kicked down the stairs a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But I said, you know what? Let me think about this. Let me go in this man cave, get on this PlayStation 4, and play it out. Get Red Redemption on and start playing.
Please
playing
don't
it out.
kick her down the
And then I
stairs.
had to sit back and think about it, like, okay, I can see why she said it that way. I can see why,
Yeah.
she act out like that. And then I say, baby, you
Yeah.
want medication? And she say, she give me that little look. I know she ain't know. You know, medication don't refill themselves and break,
Nah.
and they don't deliver to you either.
Nah.
So I be like, baby, it ain't number 30 days in the prescription. You ain't been to Target in about 2-3 months.
So you already know.
I know you ain't on no medication. And baby, I'm on my medication. Girl, stop lying. Just stop lying. Just please stop.
If I was on it, I would be asleep somewhere.
Please.
Yeah, and a lot of people like when they try to judge people when they're on hardcore drugs. A lot of times they don't understand that a lot of these drugs that they give you for
Self-medicating.
mental illness, like the Ritalin and stuff, them are gateway drugs to something stronger.
Everything else.
To everything else.
I ready for you to be on that cabbage. I ready for you to be on that cabbage.
Okay.
That green cabbage did Ritalin, did Vicodin, and oxycodone.
I'm telling
just like the
you.
football player from Dallas said, he said, if you don't want me to play for you, I'm not giving up this cabbage. But I'm not gonna be on all this medication for me to be out here as a slave, running up and down this field when I know I'm in pain.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When I best
And
did
it
this players.
don't even take the pain away. It just help you not have to be, not worry about it too much.
Yeah, I see because it messes up my job. So if somebody calls in and say, "Hey, I need somebody to help me with my bill," and I'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Oh shit.
And I be like,
That's
No emotions.
that's
I be-
that's the that's
emotions.
if I had a pill, but
I
he
be
hears
telling-
me.
I be telling her to log out of the clock.
I'm not gonna hang up or anything. But I know say, yeah, I'm sorry, I can understand. But if I was on the pills, I'd be like, okay.
But that's the thing about it. Like, where it's like they want you to cope, but not cope. That's why I said,
Yeah.
like, they're too focused on the medication when they should be focused on what probably caused that. It's a lot of trauma. You
It
never
is.
know. A conversation, counseling.
But once again, it's only in the black community. You go find you somebody that's white. They gon' find group.
Yeah.
They
It's
gonna
not.
find group. They gonna ground group. They gonna work in the group. They gonna find
I
alternate.
work for a
They gonna
mental health care practice now, and I tell you, it runs the gamut. It is dealt with differently because we do have this great statistic here that says that minority populations are less likely to receive
I'm
diagnosis.
working all day.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But all around when you have when you are a moneyed individual, then it's really the other extreme. They max out your insurance benefits, put you
Yeah.
in all of these different places and maxing you out on your deductibles and all of your insurance and all of that kind of thing.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, insurance is like we said, it's a big game. So whoever see the way that they do it, you can't give the stimulants most of the time in the lower income, the mid to lower income. You won't find the stimulants. Okay, you'll find stuff like what's the other stuff for the opposite of Xanax. It's like
Risperidone, all of that.
With
I don't know what it
Risperdal.
Risperidone, that's what
that
I'm trying to
stuff.
say.
The
That
one
right there.
the Xanax that's not it begins with a B. I can't remember. It's probably say Benadryl.
Bupropion.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
okay.
That's it right
So
there.
I
it's like
know them all.
okay, that's the thing about it. And so on this side of the spectrum, you get that which is basically three Benadryl. Okay.
Mhm.
Then you go on the Xanax side, the Fobar side of it. Okay, but you can only get that if you have a certain type of insurance and a certain type of doctor. Okay,
Mhm.
which one works the best? I'll never know because I've had both of them. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take neither one of them.
I tell you one thing. I slipped up and I took that Seroquel. I think I slept for a good 2 days. I
I
said
did too.
I don't need this no
I
And
more.
do,
woke up and
and it
said, "Is
and it
this
Oh,
the
takes
same
away.
thing?"
And Seroquel takes away your drive.
it do.
It takes
The
away everything.
Seroquel
Don't
takes
touch
away
me.
everything. You can't except for your ability to drool.
Oh yeah, you will drool too. I'll be like,
Oh
oh,
no.
babe, I'm sorry.
Shoot,
You
I
know?
slept so good. I didn't even know I was drooling. I woke up. I'm like, what day? 2 days?
Okay.
She said it don't take
So,
away everything
but
but your
y'all, you
dream.
know what? We've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. I could go much longer.
No, we good.
Always talk about this subject, but we just wanted to put it out here because, of course,
Yeah.
the Mental Health Awareness Month. But every
Yeah.
month, every day, we have to be cognizant and be aware. And my thing is, my last card I'm pulling tonight is stop letting people play with your mind, honey.
Yeah.
Because
I don't even have.
Cause they do. They do.
They do.
They know. Oh,
Teach
Kimmy
one,
not
preach
gonna do
one.
nothing. Kimmy not gonna do nothing.
because they feel like they can push your buttons. They feel like the only thing you're going to do is run away, cry, and be depressed. If
Mhm.
you know, because most of the times we know if we have these issues, let's get some coping skills. Let's
Quit
start
playing.
writing some journals, reading some
Yes.
And that is true.
Music.
And I tell people all the time.
Color.
I tell people all the time. You playing with me, but I know me. You playing with me, but I know me. I've been on Snap.
I
and
play.
you don't want to because you don't want to end up in that place. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
don't.
A
I
sinking
don't.
Yeah.
place.
No, you don't know.
I don't want to end up in
A
there.
That
sinking
dark
place.
place, that place that caused you to feel regret and resentment
Yeah.
and
They
feel
make you feel like a
bad about
criminal.
yourself because of the way you responded, because you let somebody push your buttons, because you
Mhm.
allowed somebody to bring up that darkness in you that you've tried so hard to heal from.
Yeah.
That can be, I mean, that can take you into like a dark night of the soul place. It's
Yeah.
really bad place. So you want to always, it's a day to day struggle. We die daily, okay, and
Yeah.
we resurrect daily, and every day we can raise ourselves to be the new person that God wants us to be, and we don't have to succumb to mental illness. If you
Mm-mm.
know, you have won half the battle. If you are
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
aware, if you are self aware, those tools of self discovery are what's going to help you come up out of that. Even if you have to have a substance, even if you have to have a pill, even if you have to have, whatever it is that you need to have to help you gain control, in that situation, just know that you are not alone, that you're not the only one that deals with it, that these things are common even to the undiagnosed. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of
that
us
is true.
are diagnosed, but there's some that are undiagnosed. Okay,
Oh yeah,
that
and they run around here.
that need to be diagnosed.
Yeah.
Anybody have any final words? Let's give
I do. I
everybody
do. I
around the table.
I do. I have I just wanted to say that I did finally get the help that I needed. and it's not an I'm not fully healed from it, of course, but I know how to cope. I've gotten so much better than I was in 2014. I can actually do things on my own. I'm better organized, working a job and working capture.
There you go.
I've figured it out, you know. And if anybody out there is hurting or struggling, you're not alone. If you're feeling like you can't make it, the unalive number is 800-273-3255.
I wish I put that
So
on
if
here. Hold on.
yeah, 800-273-3255. Call that number. Check with your job. They do
Press-
have
I'm
P
sorry.
check with your if you work for a company, they do have programs that allow you to get free counseling. Um my job allows that they can help you with that. Also check with your 211. Do you know there's a way to get help. You can speak with the therapist. That's just for little stuff. If you want to speak with the psychotherapist, they get deep down and can prescribe you something if you need to. Don't stop taking medication because we're talking about it. Keep doing your therapy. Do what helps you. Um, Share your story. It's empowering. Don't hold it
Yes.
in. I see
Yes.
too many posts about the little girl down at Southern who who um who did unalive herself. There's so many people out here who are hurting
She
themselves
she
and not getting the
she
help.
committed the S
Yeah,
word.
Yes.
yeah.
She was a beautiful young lady.
Cheerleader. She
She
was a
a cheerleader.
cheerleader.
She was at Southern.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Mhm.
young lady.
Do you
And
know her name?
Uh, I could find it.
We could find it.
Yeah.
Also, I say this a lot. Be open with your kids because you don't
Yes.
want your kids to feel like they're alone. Like I said, it skips generations. Like, be open with them and tell them exactly, like, hey, your granny, your mama, whatever, you're not alone. Be open with your kids so they can have a
Mhm.
history and a good understanding. But mainly,
Y'all
what you need to,
frozen.
yeah. Are we frozen?
Yes.
Oh, well,
We can hear you
we're
We
though.
can
not
hear you
frozen.
though.
You can still hear me. But mainly, I just want to let everybody know that you're not alone. Seek help,
Yeah.
reach out, and talk to someone. Talk to
Yes.
someone. You're
Don't
not
be
alone.
afraid.
You're not alone.
Even if you have to say, you don't even have to tell them what's going on. Say, hey, let's go out to eat. Do
Yeah.
something. Hey, can you come over here? I got some, let's go shopping. I got this new outfit. Can you help me clean my closet out? Anything. You,
Yeah. And
you don't
there,
have to have all these, people, whatever like that. I'm an open book. I don't mind sharing. Of course, told my show and told my story in front of a whole bunch of people. So yeah,
And please
if you need to
continue
inbox
your
me, I'll
story.
be more than happy to give you any coping skills mechanisms. I'll give you the number to Mind Above Matter. I
oh,
can
I was
I
frozen.
can do
Oh.
that.
oh, we're not.
Not
We're
y'all
not.
good now. Yeah, I can give you the number to Mind Above Matter. Anything that's gonna help you. Um, Anything. I mean, I'm more creative now than ever.
And that's what that
I'm
is.
super creative with the makeup, the photography, and I thank God for that talent.
And
Because of
reach
that, I
out
can travel.
already.
Because of that, we can travel.
Oh,
We can go places. We can take cruises. I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck like I was doing. Um, I can save now, So I have some things to be happy about. I'm grateful for no, most people businesses don't last this long. We've been in it for about 7 years doing this, but I've been doing it so much longer. But I just thank God for where He has me today. I'm glad I can share my story. I'm thankful for Amir. I'm thankful for Tammy. I'm thankful for Cherie. I'm thankful for the people who have always been there for me. I love you. I love you.
thank you so much. We love you too, honey. You're beautiful.
Hmm.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing your story.
you.
And keep sharing it. Keep
Of
telling your story.
course, most
Very
definitely.
empowering. And it is very encouraging. And you never know whose life you're going to touch just because they heard something.
Yeah.
Amir and Tammy, do y'all want to make some final words?
Just know that your disability is not a cripple. It is something that enhances you.
And
Don't try to see how she said OCD for to come out.
Yeah.
That cripple is not a word.
yeah,
It is my word.
Yeah, it's Alabama accent, you know. So I just be like,
see, that's what that
I
is.
love it.
he
I
says
love
he
But
says strawberry. I say strawberry. So
but
I know what he
mainly
means.
what
Go
what I
ahead.
want to say is reach out to your friends when you see them crying for help. It's not always about attention. You don't want to
Right.
wait. You don't want to wait until that last minute until you say, I should have called. I should have checked on them. If you see them acting a little bizarre or weird, check on your friend. Pray for them instead of talking about them. That's the
Yeah.
main reason why a lot of people keep this a secret to themselves because they don't want to be talked about. A
Yeah.
listening ear is also a running mouth. If you're going to run your mouth with prayer for them.
it.
Pray
Okay.
for them.
All right. Well, that was that. Amir, did you
Yeah.
have anything, huh?
She said Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama, Alabama,
Y'all better stay
Alabama,
I'm from Alabama, yes.
Mobile,
And
Alabama.
Mississippi,
Man.
where we eat fresh seafood out
They-
the water.
They
And I
call it
love,
Nutbush
I
on that
love
bush.
my in-laws, y'all. I love my in-laws.
Okay.
They love me more than they love him. I'm just kidding.
And on that number, golly.
They making me sick with they love, y'all. I just thought I'd let y'all know that I ain't hating. I'm just like, ugh. No.
I love my mirror. Even though we got a 10-year age difference, we work together.
You a cougar.
work
That's a
together.
whole nother story right there, Cherie. We're going to have to catch up on
We
the
work
cougar.
together.
That's a whole nother topic. You a cougar. You a
We're best
cougar.
friends. Me and
Yeah.
Amir are best friends, and I like that.
That's what's important.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what's
best
important.
friends.
Well, thank you everybody for watching that watched tonight. Please share the broadcast and make some
Yes, please.
like it. You know what? We'll be back again because this is a hot topic, and I mean we can always use some fresh insight. So signing off for now. Good night, Hot Pink Radio. Talk to you guys next time.
Hi.